You're in.
Hey, we're back to Chaplain Chat. This is March 23rd, our jail support meeting, Wahoo! And I've been having a blast talking about ministries that are supporting not only the jail ministry, but I call kingdom ministry. And I want to be a cheerleader for people that support kingdom ministry. And this is cool because we're getting everybody set up. Rob and Karen, their ministry is called Next Step Recovery. Destiny Reclaimed. Whoa! And now I got to tell you something. There's a new book but I have to tell you, and then I'm going to. Well, who are you?
My name's Rob.
Yeah. And Rob, what is Next Step to Recovery?
It's a Christ-centered recovery group. It's a place where you see the gospel in action.
Oh, this is awesome. Rob wrote a book, and this book I read, and I've known Rob maybe a year or so before I read this book. I don't remember right now, but
3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah.
We've known each other.
Okay, and it's his story. It's called Surrender the Way Out. You got another book coming out, don't you?
Yeah.
What's that book called?
Walking it out.
I'm glad your wife was here.
I'm camera intimidated.
Walking it
out. Now, how do I do this God thing?
You know, this Surrender Your Way Out, you've got to get this book. And I want to tell you, it's an easy read. Rob tells his story in it and about all his journey. And it's with drugs and bad stuff that's happened, recovery programs you were in. And you know, I'm reading this book, and in the middle of the book, you see all these recovery programs that he was in. And I've told Rob this before, but I knew Rob and how he's turning out now and how God is using him now. But I got hooked into the book. I forgot what's going on with you now. Your last recovery program, everything was going great. Wahoo! He was even working for them. And I was going, way to go, Rob. And then he screws up again. And I'm so ticked off. I go, you idiot! But I forgot how he turned out now. And I'm going, Rob, you. And this is a great book. But you know, God had a plan for all this. And Rob, really quick, when you talk about surrender, and I know I butcher it when I say it, but in this book, you have an awesome illustration about what surrender is. I think we all need to hear, any Christian needs to hear this, that we need to do always. What's your illustration about surrender here?
Well, first let me say this. I accepted the Lord when I was quite young in my second recovery program. But it took me a number of years to get to the place where I surrendered to God. I accepted Him as Lord, but until I permitted His Lordship in my life, until I surrendered, I was never able to walk in the freedom and liberty that He had for me. And from the time I accepted Him as Savior till the time that I permitted Him Lordship was 24 years. So it was a long process.
What's the illustration? Remember, I'm leading you into that. I thought it was really good. This is a great way to describe it.
Well, there's surrender is a process, and there's different levels of surrender. You know, it's like when you're running from the law. You know, you run, and
I'm running,
and they catch up with you, so you stop running. You know, and then you take off again, and then they catch up with you again, and you put your hands up. You know, and then if you get a chance, you wiggle away and you run again. But eventually you get to the place where, you know, you put your hands up, you lay down on the ground, face first, then you get up, you haven't put the cuffs on you, you get in the paddy wagon yourself, you're done, it's over. There's a willingness that comes from the heart. You know, there's outward surrender, which was as far as I could get for a long time. But eventually I got to the place where there was nothing left. I had no more running left in me. And I'd surrendered from the heart. I was done. And I was willing, I think the most important thing is I was willing to be obedient to what God had me to do, no matter what. I was done. I was done with doing things my own way, no matter what it was.
Rob, this book has been very good for some of our inmates to read, and Rob gave me some of these books to give to our inmates. This is powerful, and your ministry is awesome. And I'm glad to know you. We Zumba together. That's how we met. And that's how I met Rob, because we Zumba together. Well, hey, listen, guys. This is the big sign off, all right? Because I have a blind.
You're not gonna make me do anything weird.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we're gonna make you Zumba. No, I say this. I want to thank you folks, and I'm gonna say I want to thank you for being on. You guys just say Chaplain Chat. All right.
Okay.
Wait. No, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Are you ready? I want to thank you folks for watching, and guys, I want to thank you for being on
Chaplain Chat.
Whoa!